Yo. Hello. Yo. All right. Time to get rep. Don't hurt me. Yeah, I'm fucking live, Mark, you dumbass. What's up? Miz, shut up. Yep. If anyone wants to come tag mobs with me, I would greatly appreciate it. Yo. Help me tag mobs. I need to get roots so I can be a tank, so I can do stuff, so I can be good. I need some fucking help. Help me with my stuff. Get me some stuff. Get me some things so I could be a tank and I could be good. I used to tank in BC and I loved it. Tanking Druid is fun. What is this mob doing? He's glitched. Boomkins are fucking terrible and boring. Why do you have to go live on your ult right when I was going to sleep? Dude, that's the perfect time for me to do this. I'm playing WoW in Zangelmarsh. Good job on the show today? What? I didn't do anything. You know what's funny? Dream's community attacked me saying that they're glad that he didn't show up because they said that without him the show sucked. They're like, Nightmare's not funny. Why is he doing this? Dream stands unite. But I thought Nightmare was amazing. Whoever came up with that is a genius. You're welcome. We thought of Nightmare? Me. I told Esfin to do it. How do I get this shit? I need to get a lot of moss. Because I obviously can't be a boomkin. Because I just can't do anything. As a boomkin. Yes, literally, next week is disgusting. Like, it's Dream, Moon, Pokey, Germa, Northern Lion, and Ludwig, Connor Eats Pants. It's literally gonna probably hit 200,000 viewers pretty easily. What happened to the AP questions? No one liked it. The show, we did it 4 times in shows, and each time the viewership dropped dramatically, so we stopped doing it. It was anticlimactic, and it felt forced, and it was. So we stopped doing it. You're big time now with the show? I know. The question is now, like, think of it this way. We had 150,000 people, and we didn't even have anyone big on the show. We didn't even have anyone big on the show. No one that you could say carried the show with their viewership. The biggest streamer there was Bruce with like 8K. Like, the show just carries itself with the contestants. Yeah, Nightmare literally, S-Fan literally carried the entire show. Him and Bruce did. That's what made me so sad when I found out Bruce cheated. I was like, fuck. I knew he cheated. I just wasn't going to say anything because that would ruin the show. People are like, oh, you should put him on the spot and make him cheat, and like that's just gonna make the whole show weird. Like, he admitted to me when he cheated. It's not like he didn't admit it. He admitted it. Like, it was just weird. I'm not gonna fucking oust him and be like, go fuck yourself, dude. Get off my show. I hate you. Like, that's just weird. In front of 150,000 people. It's not my thing. I'm not gonna do that. Now, if Bruce didn't admit it to me, he's like, I didn't cheat, I don't know what the fuck these people are saying, I'd be like, alright, well, now I am mad, because that goes to, like, what happened with Casey and everyone else, is I didn't cheat, they double down, and then they admit it. But Bruce admitted it to me, like, 20 minutes after it happened. Like, I'm not, it would just ruin the show if I had to kick someone, because that's all anyone would be talking about. If I immediately kick someone, it's what everyone would be talking about for the rest of the show. You have to just keep going. The show must go on. I can't just fuck. Bruce was not going to win. Now, Bruce isn't standing to win, I'd be like, all right. But I knew he was not going to win. And he didn't. Now my problem is this. I need to come up with a new show. And I don't know what show to come up with. Like, because here's the thing. Wheel of Fortune is not happening for a while. Because the plans for Wheel of Fortune are actually insane. Like, they want, and this is like behind the scenes shit, they want to literally rent out a stadium, or not a stadium, a stage, and we sell tickets. And we literally have a live audience, and we do everything live, and we have the show on an actual shit. Like, a legit game show. During COVID, I mean, you'd have to, like, bring a vax or something like that, but you also have to remember, like I just said, this is in, like, realistically, this will not happen for 6 months. If not more. Like, my next show, and then after that, will probably happen. But that is what they want to do. And that is what I want to do. That is the next step. But I just don't know what to do for this show. It's a big investment. It's an investment, but you think about it. If we sell tickets for $30 each, and we sell 1,000 tickets, that's $30,000. That plus they also buy merch. That plus they also buy food there. You can easily be saying we're making $50,000 in profit, or $50,000. Now the overhead is expensive. We're renting out the equipment and everything, so it is very costly. But it definitely could pay for itself and more. I just don't know what to do next. I don't know what show to do next. And I don't know. Like, I really just don't know. Schooled season 2? Nah, like, I don't know if I want to do Schooled next. No, it's so chat. When I say another show, it's got to be another show that isn't Pizza. I don't want to quest. I literally just want to kill these things and get these things. It's got to be online. It's got to be online because, one, COVID, right? We can't do that shit. And two, we just aren't ready. The price is right. How would that make any sense? Family Feud with a collab with other orgs? Yes, but no. That wouldn't get as many viewers as this show does. Like, it just wouldn't. Because you're going to get a lot of very small streamers, and orgs are going to want to put out their smaller streamers to get them the most notoriety. It wouldn't do that well. A spelling bee? Twitch Jeopardy? Nah. Spelling bee would be boring. I think you're right. I think spelling bee would be fun, like one episode, but then like you're 8 episodes in of a spelling bee, it's like monotony. Jeopardy would be fun to watch. Jeopardy wouldn't work because it'd only be 3 people. The thing is, we want the show to have more than 3 people because the whole point of us doing this, not the whole point, but one massive benefit is I literally am bringing 8 streamers communities together onto my stream. Like, I get more followers doing this show than I did for an entire week of doing streams. You know, I got 10,000 today. When did I ever get 10,000 viewers or 10,000? I never did. It's because I'm bringing all these communities together. But I just don't know what show to do next. And it has to be a good show that lasts a long time. I feel like School's gonna be hard to top. Is it? I mean, the reality is with Schooled is this. There's a lot of problems. Like, there's a lot of issues with Schooled. And honestly, it's not really that crazy of an idea. You have 8 guests, 3 strikes, you're out. It's pretty easy. But that's also very important, is the barrier to entry into a show. The barrier to entry into an idea. The fact that these Minecraft kids, or really anybody, can go to the top of just chatting and understand what the show's all about in less than 5 seconds is very important. Like, okay, if there's 3 Fs, that means it's you know, 3 Fs is bad. Hollywood Squares? What is that? This?
By throwing me into the blank. Okay, here we go. Paris. Herbie said when I was a kid, my mother hated me. She taught me how to swim by throwing me into the
lake.
Into the lake. Really? Is that the first thing that came to your mind?
That was.
It was the first thing.
Yeah.
Well, you expected Ed to say lake. He wouldn't say lake because, yeah. All right. It's all right. That's one for her. You'll get the hang of it one of these years, right, Ed, if you ever get back here again. Yeah. Arsenio.
Yeah, I wanted to say lake, I'll tell you. But, I said oncoming traffic.
Throwing me into the oncoming traffic. Wow.
No, it'd be cringy. It'd be cringy. Anything that has to do with, like, humor, don't even offer it. The answer's no. Why? Because it's not funny, is the answer. Whose line wouldn't be funny? You're telling me to get people for Whose Line Is Anyway. You're trying to ask me to get 8 streamers that are funny. It's not gonna happen, and people aren't gonna want to do it. The beauty of a show like Schooled is it's very easy. The content writes itself. Just literally show up. Like, you don't have to be mega entertaining. That's why we're able to get a bunch of people. When you start limiting it and making it something that you're required, it's not fun anymore. Weakest link? Would that be good? In person? It's not happening. There's no show. The next show is not in person. It's just not. I will guarantee you the next show is not in person. Yeah, the problem is it's very similar to what we do now. You should wipe out. You don't listen. Okay. So, I thought Family Feud isn't a bad idea. Right? I thought that that's not a bad idea. Because you could get Twitch chat to do the survey. And I don't think it's bad. 5v5, it is a lot to get 10 streamers together. I think it could be entertaining. The problem is this. How do we stretch that out for more than 30 minutes? Like, when we do Family Feud, right? Oh, I guess it's best 2 out of 3. So we can do 2 out of 3. Which stretches the show and can make it entertaining. We would have to put a spin on it. Twitch chat does the answers. So we have people do surveys, and then they write their answer. Newlyweds? No. You're over. This show has to be something where you literally can throw random people who don't know each other, and it's a good stream. Like, today's cast, I don't think any of those people ever talk to each other, ever. And that's how it should be. Literally all from random sides of the Twitch world. The problem with other shows is the deeper you go, like Hive Mind, for example, right? Hive Mind is not, in my opinion, is the barrier to entry for Hive Mind is too much. And that's why doesn't do well as my show. Because the barrier to entry for, like, I tried to watch Hive Mind and I didn't understand what was going on because I didn't feel like trying to pay attention. If you have a show that everyone already knows already, like Hive Mind. Yeah, tips. Or like Family Feud, it is better. Yeah.
So this is from one person in your chat was talking about weakest link. So what about this? What about if we did a show like the structure is 8 streamers, and instead of everyone trying to answer questions on their own and like them pitted against each other, they're all on the same team. And the trivia questions can be anything, right? They all need to work together to answer the question right and to move on to the next round, so on and so forth, climb up. But at the end of each round, they have to vote somebody off. They have to vote somebody off the show after each round. So you keep going from round to round. You got to vote somebody off every single time. And, depending on the person's knowledge or whatever. Now, a little bit of a wild card element to it would be one of the people on the show is also, so like if they win, they get gifted subs distributed to like all of the remaining team that wins, right? But one person is marked as like the wolf or whatever, right? And if they win, if they're part of the team that wins at the end, they get all the gifted subs. So not only are you trying to vote off people that maybe don't know too much about the questions, you're also trying to figure out who's like the wolf or whatever. And And so like it's like a battle of like, man, this guy's getting all the questions right for us, but is he the wolf? You're trying to figure that out while also trying to get all the questions right. And then, again, if the wolf is part of the remaining people that win at the end, he or she gets all the subs, and if they vote him off good, the subs get kind of distributed. People are saying Jubilee. I don't know what that is. Never heard of it
YouTube
before.
channel.
So I don't know. What do you think?
Could you say it again?
So you start off with 8 streamers.
Yeah.
Every round you ask a question, and
Yeah.
instead of working against each other, they're all on the same team. They're all like, they discuss openly. They get like 5 minutes or 3 minutes of discussion to figure out what the answer is. Then they submit the answer together. But after every round, somebody has to get eliminated, or after every 2 rounds or whatever, however we want to pace it. Everyone on the team has to vote somebody.
I don't think that makes sense or work. Why would they be voting somebody off? Just for the sake of voting somebody off?
Well, we could call it like sinking ship or something. I don't know. The concept, yeah, they have to, but
Is it because they're not giving as much
also,
information?
Well, yeah, that's part of it. So somebody that sucks, but also they're trying to find the wolf or whatever. Like we could call it whatever we want, but like the imposter basically. Because if the imposter makes it to the final round, they get all of the gifted subs. You see what I mean? So they're trying to vote off the imposter while at the same time, making it to the top and voting off the people that maybe just aren't very smart or knowledgeable or something like that. So after every round, they vote somebody off. And again, they have the choice to vote off whoever they want. And they all vote independently or whatever, and the majority votes, that person gets knocked off. And then just from round to round to round to round, the very end, there's just a couple of people left.
This is the hustler's fridge.
You see what I mean?
Ah.
Does that make sense?
Wow, that's somebody that knows how to live.
Yes, but I don't think it's a good idea, and here's why.
Why?
I think that the idea of voting somebody out is not a good idea because it feels forced. It doesn't really make any sense to me because I just feel like it doesn't seem like it adds anything. It's just part of like the show. It feels weird. Also, there's gonna be a lot of favoritism in it. If people are friends with other people, if a streamer's smaller and doesn't really know anybody, they're gonna get voted out first. This is not just a bunch of random people that don't know each other. It's gonna be people that have friends that know each other. So the idea of just, you get a group of people and they're gonna vote each other out, it's not interesting. I think it's gonna kind of ruin it. I don't think it's good because you're essentially just giving them all the power to just pick favorites. Like, if I bring on 2 friends, they're gonna do that. Even if I don't even know they're friends.
Isn't that part of the appeal though? Like the drama. Who are they gonna vote out? Why do they vote them out? Somebody voting off their friends.
But why are they even getting voted off in the first place? Like, is the question like a math question and if they don't know it, like they have to?
Well, they could get voted off for 2 reasons. Number 1, they're not contributing as much, or number 2, they could suspect they're the wolf or the imposter.
What would the questions be like? They're like 8 people need to contribute. Like, wouldn't one person just get the answer and then no one else is going to be like it's not like this is we're asking for a project to be put together. If you're asking for a question like what is the molecule, what is the blank of a molecule? The answer is atom, let's say. Like how the hell is anyone else supposed to be like I'm justified more than you are because X? Like it just doesn't seem like anybody else is really able to put in an answer. And not only that, everyone's just gonna be talking over each other, and it just sounds way too convoluted. I just don't think it's a good idea. I do think though something like Family Feud is a fantastic idea. However, I just don't know how it would play off with people who don't know each other really well. Like, if you don't really know each other, is it really a good show? The beauty of also doing something like Family Feud is the same idea of doing something like Schooled. Schooled simplicity is what drives in viewers. Schooled simplicity is what makes people stay. Everybody knows this game show, Family Feud is one of the most famous shows of all time. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows how it works. So I think if we take a game show like Family Feud, which is a 4v4 situation, we can make it. We do best 2 out of 3. I think that could go fantastically. As long as we have to figure out, is it okay if the people don't really know each other? And I think the answer really is yes. I don't think it really matters because I think the reality is they can kind of RP in the situation and make themselves pretend that they even know each other or are friends. And I don't know what we could give as a prize. Maybe like the host situation might be a little difficult to try to figure out who really gets the host. Maybe I really don't know. But you know, the reality is this: they're all streamers, and because they're streamers, they're able to fake things such as emotions and stuff. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna be able to fake being friends or working with each other. You know what I mean?
I
Like
see what you
I
mean.
do think Family Feud can work, and I think we literally could just get ask the questions to chat and do all the algorithmic stuff from there. Um, and I think it could work. I think it is a good show. I think it's very simplistic. People understand it, and it's a similar format to what we want. It's way more different than our show currently right now, so it's not crossover at all. And I think if we put a little twist on the Family Feud part, people will enjoy it.
I agree with everything you said. I only have 2 issues with Family Feud, though. Number one, Hive Mind is basically exactly that.
Is
Like,
it?
the concept is the same. They pull Twitch chat for like answers, then they ask, instead of a family though, it's each individual streamer. So it's 4 streamers, each one's on their own team, and they pull like the chat for
Oh
answers,
my
and the
god.
streamer has to guess. It's exactly Family Feud, but just 4 individual streamers instead of teams. So we could do the team route, but then now we're almost completely ripping off Family Feud. It's too close. Maybe face copyright issues. Can't really brand it our own. It comes off as like really like plagiarism, you know? That's my only issue with it. It would be hard to come up with a unique spin that Hive Mind isn't already doing.
Shark Tank's not a good idea because no one's gonna have good ideas. Like I saw Recful and Pokemon do it, and it was just bad. Because the reality is, we're not gonna stay with it long term. We're not gonna do any of that long term, nor should we. It's a bad idea. It's a one off that wouldn't do well. It's just not like it's not a good idea. I don't want to work with plebs on ideas for the rest of my life. Like that just sounds like too much. Um,
So what's Jackbox? Have you played it before?
I mean, it's the game that Schlatt's famous for. Why?
That's the thing. That's all I know about it. It's the game that Schlatt's famous for. But like, what's the premise of it? Because I do see some videos about it, but I've never played it before.
It's a party game with friends. They draw something and then you have to like write something to it or something.
So it's like there's a bunch of
I do like your idea of like 8 people, only one survives, right?
Yes.
It starts with 8. People have to try to like get. It's almost like it's like an Austin show, except for like kind of different. But the question is, why do they need to vote each other out? For what purpose and what reason? But asking them like a single question and trying to like get them all to answer it, it just doesn't make sense because they're literally one person's gonna say the answer, one person's gonna take control, and then you have 7 people that are gonna be deciding. What the fuck, dude? Spasm, you're a god. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah. I do think if you want, you should watch Weakest Link a little bit. I haven't seen it in like literally decades, so I can't remember, but I do remember enjoying it. But I think we could get some ideas.
The
of
problem
yours.
with Weakest Link is this: it's very similar to our show now, where we ask those kind of questions. But does that really matter?
I mean, I do think that we should try to go a little bit unique, but bear in mind, the next show you do will probably come after. Remember the show we talked about the other day? I don't want to give away too much to the show, but like we have that next show coming, and then we'll probably have another show on SFan's channel, and then we'll probably come back to you.
Wait, what are you saying?
Well, what I'm saying is it's not
No,
that big of an issue.
you know I'm doing a show in like 3 weeks, right?
You want to do the next one in 3 weeks?
Are you dumb? Tips: if I don't do a show, aren't I not the game show channel? Hello, what?
I mean,
If I don't
what
do
I,
that,
what
and
I
I could,
told you the other day, I don't think you should rush into it until you have a really good idea.
well, why don't we just get a really good idea? Is it really that hard?
We've been at it for a couple weeks at least now.
If I don't do this, and if I don't get a show running, and we don't get a show running, I mean, that really ruins a lot of the momentum we have. I mean, we're literally, did school not carry the shit out of our org? It has for the past 8 weeks. We need to make sure that
that next show right after, next show.
God damn it, Bingo. That's not really a show.
I mean,
it's not a show at all. In fact,
my
it's
opinion
literally
is
the opposite.
we should definitely try to have shows going in sequence and like immediately go from one into the other, but we should not compromise the quality of the shows just to have another show, you know? Just because school set the bar so high. It was the perfect storm. Number one, the concept was simple. Number two, it was a
Okay,
great
but like
spin
what?
on the execution,
Right,
it
but
was
why are?
unique.
What does that have to do with anything? We're trying to figure out what show idea to do next.
Yeah, I agree, and we should figure that out, and you know, keep brainstorming it, but don't just be like, yo, I'm doing a show in 3 weeks, no matter what, you know.
No, but we really should and could. I mean, look, if I can't figure out a game show in 2 weeks, there's a problem. If I really can't figure out what show to do next by in 20, 30 days, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I'm just not thinking.
Have you watched Survivor before?
Like, yeah.
So like, I haven't watched it too much. Is the premise of that show they put everybody on an island and they vote people off, right?
Yeah.
You like? Let's start at the basic. You like the idea of voting people off every round, or like?
Yeah,
some
I mean, I
elimination?
do think it definitely could get people more suspenseful. Like, I do think there's suspense involved with that. I think it's good. But I mean, yeah, obviously, I mean, someone in chat said I said that. We're not doing Survivor. That's not gonna work. But I do think that voting people off. I mean, like, I hate to say it, but look at Among Us. Like, they literally did. I mean, it's literally one of the most successful games of the year, if not the most successful, because of the idea of voting people off and pitting people against each other is what the content is. People do like that stuff. So, I mean, if we do that with a concept involved, that would be sick.
Yeah, we need like an impetus to like why are people voting each other off? And can the rounds carry time? Like, can we have 10-minute rounds or 5-minute rounds, and enough of them? You know. You know those whodunit games, like it's literally like it's not like a board game, but like it's a game you buy, and there's I'm
Chat
thinking about
Mafia or Town of Salem would be too complicated and too much to show on stream. It just wouldn't be good. It just wouldn't
Murder
be. And then
mystery
not only
games,
that,
yeah.
one person can literally just look at the stream by accident for 5 seconds and ruin the entire thing. Like, there's just way too much that can go wrong that it's just not worth to do. It's just not happening.
Somebody messaged me, said 5v5, and anytime a team answers wrong 3 times in a row, they have to vote off a teammate. I don't think that's a great idea, because that means the team that's maybe there's something there. What do you think? Doesn't that create like a vicious cycle though? Like, if you get something 3 times in a row first, you vote somebody off, now you're at a massive disadvantage versus the other team, which means you're probably going to get 3 more wrong quicker and have to vote people off quicker.
Yeah. Don't you think you'll get snipers in the Wheel of Fortune stage? No, we would have security, man. So no.
I've never played Town of Salem, by the way. I have no idea what that is. Well, I know what it is. I saw Soda stream it all the time, but I never played it.
Town of Salem's a good game. Chat, where do I get Sarin Expedition reps? Tips, where do I get Sarin Expedition rep?
An expedition? Dude, I don't know, man. My mind is like so away from WoW right now.
Is it just quests? Shouldn't I just grind? Yeah, I thought I was supposed to grind places. Four before school with collective Fs. Eh. I like the idea of kicking people out. I do. Because that is a very Fortnite situation. And that's poggers.
Like a battle royale.
Streamer feud, just family feud. The problem is it's already done, and we don't want to just be ripping either IPs, even though we're already ripping an IP for this IP. Like, if we... What the fuck? If we, like, we're not going to steal, because they obviously already have that idea, right? Like, I'm not going to take if they have family feud. That's just weird. Like, I don't... What are they going to take from me? It's different. I don't know. Look into the divided game show.
You are dividing today is considerable. £35,880. What you have to do now is divide the money between you. Now, of course, the problem is the money is not going to be divided equally. So let's see how that massive amount is going to be divided today.
Share A is currently worth £23,300. Share B is currently worth £8,900. And Share C is currently worth £3,680.
Not this one. What do you mean? There's another show called Divided. Mark. The reason why that wouldn't work is because it's not interesting for streamers when it comes to money. It's just not. It's like that would cause a lot of controversy and hate threads over big streamers demanding that they get more money. It just wouldn't work. Like, imagine Pokimane arguing that she deserves the most money. People would literally fucking try to kill her.
A lot of random messages from people saying, look up the British game show Golden Balls. You know, you want some golden balls? Like, I'm just kidding. All right, sorry.
You can have double standards.
Don't look at me. Please don't look at me because I haven't got the killer.
You can be two-faced.
It's so bad quality.
She's seen your massive amount of money and she wants a piece of it.
But you've got to be single-minded.
How doubting is that? Can you trust somebody as doubting as that?
To take the money on golden balls. Today's players. It's money all the way at the moment.
This would never work. It's a stupid idea. Don't. Why would you tell me to do that? It literally is so stupid.
What's the concept of it?
I don't know, but there's fucking a lot of stuff involved. Like, we're not gonna do that. Like, why would you actually like? It's not a good idea. Nope. Too much stuff. Chat, I'm getting mad because Tofa's the one that recommended it, and I hate Tofa. The dude fucking sucks Maya's cock the entire day. And then comes in here and tries to act like he wants to help me.
The worst 4 balls and vote them off because their golden balls will be binned and out of the game for good. Let's meet our first contestant, who is... is behind you.
Simon did this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sidemen
God,
Golden Balls, a game of lying, deceit, and lots of balls.
Yeah, we love balls.
Plenty of innuendos, plenty.
In this game show, 5 players are given golden balls worth varying amounts of money, up to $50,000, and also some killer balls. 2 of each player's balls are on show, the rest are only known to the player themselves. The aim is to eliminate the player with the killers while keeping the big money in play, with a weakest link style vote each round. Before this vote, players can choose to either lie or tell the truth about their hidden balls.
Let's meet our contestants. First up, we have Josh.
Hello, hello, hello.
We have...
Too complicated. It wouldn't work with 8 people.
JJ. Yo, what's up? I'm ready to take...
This looks boring. It wouldn't work. Tofa, a bad idea. Part 10. Streamers wouldn't want to do all that. It just would never work. Like, it just would never work. Damn, I'm pissed about Family Feud. It could work. Yeah, the idea is there. Just not with... I said 5 to 8 people, and I said it has to be online. My next show has to be online. There's no and, if, or buts. It has to be online. And it has to be 5 to 8 people. Weakest link is the best option.
like a debate show, where like 4v4, you give a topic, and it's gonna be like a popularity contest, but both sides.
Yeah, the problem with a lot of these like kicking people out is it's just gonna turn into a popularity contest, and it could cause a lot of problems. Like especially if there's money involved. Like I said, like Pokimane trying to win was just gonna get a lot of hate because like Pokimane trying to win money with the small streamers on, like it's just gonna make a lot of problems. But as for debates, not a shot in hell.
Seen a couple people spam pyramid game show. I don't know what that is either. Have you heard of it?
What is passwords?
Stretchable.
Elastic.
Yes! Bruce! You were right to pass. Okay, Bruce. Now, Bruce just got the first password. Now, let me tell you about the plus of Password Plus. Bruce has the first password. It is elastic. Now, that password goes up on our password puzzle board and becomes the first clue to our password puzzle. Now, Bruce, you guess the password. You get one shot at guessing the puzzle. What do you think elastic would be the clue to this puzzle? What do you think? The puzzle, incidentally, would be a person, a place, or a thing.
Rubber band.
Is it rubber band? It's not rubber band. Okay, so we have another password. You've got it. And it goes to Liz and Robert has the option this time. Okay.
I'll
Pass
play.
it. Gonna play? Okay, go.
Form.
Figure.
Second clue, Liz.
Oh. Mold.
Shape.
Yes! All right. Don't argue. All right. Bruce, you
What?
got elastic. We just added shape.
Oh, his
2
name's
clues.
Bruce,
What
that's
do you think
why.
the answer to the puzzle is?
Putty.
Is it putty? It's not putty. Okay. Third password. You got it. Okay. Robert has the option again, and Sylvia thinks she knows the answer.
Yay. It's like there. You could do what Jubilee does, which is the odd man out. Yeah, but I just said why those things are problems. It's because if I ever invite another big streamer, and a big streamer, let's say fucking Pokimane, right, or anyone else, is going up against someone else for money and is trying to win, and it's just, like, people are gonna get annoyed, and it makes them put in a weird situation. But I do think there's possibly a way to, like, figure out, like, what we can do with this. Oh, sorry, Bingo. The chase.
2 minutes on the clock. 22 to catch. Ready, sir?
Yes.
Your time begins now. What Hitchcock film features the character Norman Bates?
Psycho.
Correct. Myopia is a condition that affects...
Short-sightedness.
Correct. What country is completely surrounded by Switzerland and Austria?
Liechtenstein.
Correct. What Irish author said experience is simply the name we give our mistakes?
Oscar Wilde.
Correct. How many rings are in the Olympic logo?
5.
Correct. A Krugerrand is a 1-ounce gold coin used by what country?
South Africa.
Correct. What's the only prime number between 35 and 40?
37.
Correct. The Hindu festival Diwali honors what goddess of wealth?
Krishna.
Stop the clock. That is wrong. All right, team. This is your chance to push the beast back one step. Shiva?
Sure, Shiva.
Go with Shiva.
Shiva. Shiva? It's Lakshmi. Okay.
No. Okay. Well, the reason why people wouldn't get that is I just feel like streamers are so dumb. Like, they're just really big, dumb idiots. And, like, they would just never get any of that right. So the questions would either have to be so easy that the smart guy gets them all right, or the other guy gets them all wrong. Like, it's just be way too hard. The weakest link? Is this, like... I mean...
Welcome to the weakest link. Today we have 6 contestants trying to work together, trying to bring each other down. They've known each other for a few years. Let's see how they fare. There's 6 people. 1 could go away with some money. Is it 1? Isn't it? Yeah, cool. If you pass or get the question wrong, you lose all your money. If you bank, you keep it.
Sick.
And welcome to the weakest link, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So now it's time to meet the victim.
I'm JJ. I'm from Watford. I'm also 98% Nigerian. Wakanda forever.
Hello, my name's Harry. I'm from the Cotswolds. I enjoy fishing and hiding children.
What?
My name's Simon. Low gang for life.
Wait, hold up. What is this?
My name's Vic. I'm from Sheffield and probably should have stayed in school.
Why? The kids there.
How was any of this funny? Oh my
Josh,
god.
I like Millwall. Football's coming home.
Tubers.
My name's
Cut 'em some
Toby.
slack.
I'm 25 from Hackney. You got eczema? You got eczema? Look at these bumps. And my name's Ethan. You can buy my pillow on the website.
For every question you answer correctly, you progress through the chain. If you answer it wrong next time, you lose it. Harry, starting with you. The group's got 2 minutes. Let's do this. The dungaree and goggle-wearing yellow sidekicks known as minions first appeared in which 2010 film? Despicable Me. Correct. Which
Thanks.
former president of FIFA used to play in the Swiss Amateur League?
Harry.
What? Incorrect. Vic, which punctuation mark is used with the letter S to indicate possession?
Apostrophe.
Well done, correct.
Thank.
Josh, the 2 best-selling albums in the UK since 2010 are both by which singer?
John. KSI.
Incorrect. Toby, what colour is the Mr. Men character Mr. Happy?
Come on, mate. That's easy.
Come on.
Yellow.
Correct. JJ, in chemistry, which unit is defined as... Harry, in chemistry, which unit is defined as the energy required to raise 1 gram of water through 1 degree Celsius?
Fahrenheit.
It's calorie. You eat too many of them.
Like, they didn't even tell me what it is.
Simon, what is the first year since 1987 to compromise of 4 different digits? I think it was comprise, not compromise. Comprise.
2000 and... I don't know.
Incorrect. Vic, what type of Bavarian shorts worn with braces takes its name from the German for leather trousers?
Lederhosen.
Correct. Bang. Josh, a myoclonic jerk of the diagram
Read it, what?
is more commonly known by what name?
What'd you say?
A myoclonic jerk of the diaphragm.
Hiccup.
Correct.
Bang.
Toby,
we
in
did this,
baking,
but
what
with
name
Twitch
is
lore
given to the
related
part of the
questions?
process in which shape
Yeah, but how many
bread dough is
Twitch-related
covered
questions
and
can I even ask? You know what I mean?
Oh, a ton.
Not probably realistically. If we do 8 shows, I mean it'd have to be well over 1,000 questions, or have to be about 1,000 questions that are Twitch-related.
That's true.
You know, because I mean this guy he's probably done at least 20 questions already, and it's the first fucking 5 seconds.
That's true.
left to rise before being baked.
Pass.
JJ, from which political party did MEP Stephen Wolf resign in October 2016?
Conservative.
No, UKIP. Harry, which former Barcelona FC manager became the manager of Manchester City in 2016?
Linear algebra.
Pep Guardiola.
Correct.
I literally have no
That
idea what's going
completes
on
the
here.
first round. You guys have £80 to your names. Looking good. So now it's time to vote out who you think has the tiniest object.
Wait, what?
Is that we're voting for?
That's what we're voting for. Okay.
Okay.
At the end of the first round, Harry and Vic are the strongest links, with 2 questions correct.
Everyone's got to do the look at each other.
JJ is the weakest link. Will he be voted out? Well, if Brexit has its way, yes. Yes, he will.
Taking you a long time to realise who's got the tiniest object, boys.
So they're asked a bunch of questions, and then they have to all, like, like, write out who the weakest link is?
It's not that they have to write out who the weakest link is, it's who they think it is. Because the questions are going in such rapid succession, it's hard to remember who got most of the questions wrong. But yeah, they're trying to vote out like the worst person.
Because they want to go higher so they get more money.
Exactly.
There could be drama in it. It is interesting. It gives a definitive reason why people should vote each other out rather than just giving, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because the problem with like the shows where people just vote each other out, it's like, okay, but like why would Pokemon not get hate for trying to vote out a small streamer? Well, this makes sense because the other streamer is the weakest link. They're the ones that's the dumbest.
Exactly. Well, that was the premise of what I was trying to say. But yeah, like literally what I was saying was the weakest link. The only difference is we could add the element of like the imposter, but if that's too complicated, we don't need it. I do think the weakest link is a really good show. I haven't watched it in years, but I remember watching it a lot when I was a kid. It was like a British lady or something. She was the host.
And it's good suspense, I feel. I feel like that's
Yeah.
good suspense for a show. Because, I think what we could do is we can work with something with this. Now, the problem I see is this. Is it too fast? Meaning, like, well, that's exactly it. Is it too fast? Because are we going to be able to, like, keep up with all the constant changing of, like, people that we have to, like, constantly put the cameras on? You know what I mean? Like, will Pecky's be able to do that?
I mean, he just DM'd me saying a live show is very different than pre-recorded in this case.
Well, we're not. Yeah, what, meaning in a bad way or a good way?
He's still typing. I mean, I think in terms of runtime, having it be a live show will increase the runtime because it'll take longer to transition from person to person. But you get less of that rapid pace. But maybe it doesn't need to be so rapid. Like,
I mean,
think
if we have 8 people, it should be at least, like, over an hour.
Yeah. Becky's just saying we could do it, but it would require more people. Are you talking about on the production side, or are you talking about on the contestant side? He says probably production side. Well, that's fine. Production's easy to solve. It's contestants that are hard to get. Like 10 a week is going to be tough. Lots of audio cues and graphics to make the show feel better. I mean, all that's fine. Like, investing that stuff is okay. What do you think, Miz? Do you like the idea?
I think there's something there. Just like what we had to do with Wheel of Fortune, with Who Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, we kind of combined it with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I feel like the weakest link is a good idea, and I think that there's a little bit more we can add to it to make it interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a good foundation. I think we just discuss it more.
8's fine. No, 8's a good number. I think 8 is a sweet spot. I think 10 is too much to get people a week. I think 8 is good. Now, why not one big streamer answering multiple choice questions like on Jeopardy? Because it's not good, man. Here's why. It's not suspenseful. Also, that makes no sense. I don't even know what you mean by that. I literally have no idea what you mean why not just one streamer. Because that sounds boring as fuck, man.
What do you think of the imposter idea? Where it's weakest link, basically, but, you know, you're obviously trying to vote out the weakest link, but there's also the side objective of, you know, you want to vote out the imposter because if they win, then they get all the money.
Well, I mean, isn't the show work by if they win anyway? Whoever wins gets all the money anyway?
Is it just one at the very end for the show? Yeah, it is, you're right. No, I think it's a 1v1 at the end. It votes down to 1. Well, how does it vote down to 1 if there's 2 people?
I'm never going to get the money anyway. You lot still owe me from
Well
Poker
done.
Night.
It's voted down to one person.
Okay, you're right. No, you're right. They do sudden death. Okay, yeah.
Now, they will go. They do 1v1 at the end. I feel like what we could do is we can kind of add on to the show. Right? Like... Okay. At the end of each round, contestants vote to eliminate the fellow contestant they consider to be the weakest link in the chain. The contestant who receives the highest number of votes leaves the game as the host declares the iconic phrase, "You are the weakest link." Okay, we kind of already knew that. So they're asked a random amount of excessive questions, and they try to get up the chain. And if they can't get up the chain, they are the weakest link. Now...
The biggest pig.
The weakest link isn't always voted off. Do they have, like, time to talk about who's the weakest link?
I don't think they deliberate. I think they just cast their vote, and then they give their explanation when they go over the votes. So, like, here's an example of, like, not the weakest link losing. Somebody could get a lot of really bad RNG hard questions, and they might miss a bunch, but then somebody could get, like, some really easy questions and only miss a few, but they're like, dude, come on, how do you not get that right?
Mhm.
So, like, people might be more sympathetic to the guy that, like, lost the hard questions, so they won't vote him off.
Interesting. Interesting. I actually like this, and it sounds like it could be really good, and it sounds like... Because the main thing I don't want... The big problem that I see with Schooled itself as a show is people... It's really easy to tell who's going to win because people kind of already know preemptively who's the smartest people. Like, everyone knew this week, and this is the problem that I have with the show. Everyone knew this week that Emily was not going to win. That everyone had almost a feeling it was going to be Popular or Destiny, you know? Like, I feel like people perceive that there's not a lot of problems with Schooled, but there's actually a fucking metric ton of pop. Yeah, like, people, there's a lot of problems with the show that people don't really perceive. But that's a good thing. Like, the show has a lot of flaws and still does this well. So, I think that it could do well. I actually think this could do really well, because what it does is it kind of takes away a little bit of that feeling of you always know, like, you know who the winner is going to be. Because you're right, like, what happens if someone just gets a lot of bad hard RNG questions and they get fucking skamaz? I mean, that is what it is, and that's part of the show. What if someone just doesn't get voted out for a while? It is what it is. It's at the end of the day. So I actually do think there's a lot of RNG element that's good for the show. And it's kind of like Schooled, but just a different way of doing Schooled. And I think that's good, because I don't think it's a good idea to just go completely different than Schooled. Because I think people like Schooled so much that if we just go super far away from it, it will feel weird. Like, it's too much change and people won't like it. What if we just kind of do something similar to Schooled with similar kind of questions, but we add a little twist to it? I think people are going to like that. So I actually do think the weakest link is a fantastic idea. They can vote out the smart people early, and a dumb person can end up winning. Yeah, like, that's a strategy, right? I mean, like, literally, you could have a dumbass win, and that's fantastic, because the problem is with, like I said, my show right now, is it's so obvious to tell who's gonna win. Like, I knew Pobelter or Destiny was going to win this week. I didn't expect S-Fan to get that far, but I knew one of those two guys were going to win because they just are the smartest people there. Like, I knew Hungry Box and I knew And I knew Crip were going to do last week. It's pretty obvious when you know these things, you know what I mean? When Weakest Link, it sounds like almost anyone can win, and that makes it very exciting. They could just get easy questions. They also could just vote off the dumbest or the smartest one first. So I actually think it's a great show.
Why did you say it was stupid when I said it at the beginning?
Because you said it. Stupid.
Look at that dude. Streamers, man. It's only a good idea if they think they came up with it themselves.
No, I didn't come up with this at all. But I do think that there needs to be a twist, and I think we can bring it up from what it is to a better show. And I do think there is possibly more to it. But it has that elimination style, which is exactly what you wanted, Tips. But it also at the same time has the elimination style, and it also has the, you know, rapid successive questions. And also people, like, it literally has kind of almost everything we want that school doesn't have.
It's a great show idea.
Do some research. The mechanics are a bit complicated. Is it? It doesn't sound that complicated. The reality is this, man. If it's one of the most successful shows of all time, it's probably not that complicated. It's just not.
It's not.
Yeah. It is one of the most successful game shows of all time. There's no way it's that complicated. I just don't think it's that complicated. I know 5-year-olds that used to watch that show. So, it's not that hard. It shouldn't be. The bank feature is weird. I think, yes, the idea of changing the bank really fast can be very difficult. Maybe we could do something else. But I think what we have, which is people are trying to... There's, let's say, 8 people. I ask rapid successive questions. At the end of the round, they have to vote off who they believe the weakest link is. Maybe we could do something with the bank. Maybe we don't need to. I do think we're going to need more production, like Pecky said. Almost definitely. But I think it's good. What do you think, Tips? Because, I mean, the idea of school in itself isn't even that great of an idea. It's like, when you say it, it's, you know, you ask questions, and they have to get them right. 3 strikes, you're out. It's really not that interesting. This show is actually more interesting than Schooled. Not saying Schooled's a bad show, but it is more interesting.
This show has all of the positive aspects of Schooled, you know, the trivia and all that stuff, and the streamers coming together, but with a lot more interesting of a premise, with a lot more drama, with a lot more suspenseful moments.
And they like team up and stuff too.
Yeah, and a lot of like emergent gameplay. Like, just you don't know how every show's gonna go in a good way. Like with Schooled, sometimes you don't know how it's gonna end in a bad way, because the ending could be really bad. And with this, the ending is structured in a good way, where it's always going to be hype, it's always going to be drama.
Bring back Dare Box? You mean Dare Package? That show sucked. Ugh, it was bad, man. The idea of Dare Package was garbage. Like, you have to fucking... Like, the amount of work that they did behind the scenes to make that show go was horrible. Constantly, every week, having to spend thousands of dollars on shipping stuff, making sure it got sent to your house, having you ship it back. Like, it was just ridiculous for the amount of stuff that they wanted, just for a stupid-ass box that wasn't even that good. That is that show was the definition of, like old men, investors thinking they know the internet and having millions of dollars to spend. So much complication for absolutely nothing. Would you do another Deal or No Deal with chat? Deal or No Deal is already another show that we have in the works. We're just not doing it yet. So, like, Deal or No Deal and Wheel of Fortune are 2 shows we want to do in person, and those will probably be my next shows. We already kind of have those on lock, but we're not doing them yet. Because we don't have the production yet, and we're not ready. Like, if I could do those in person, that's great. But like I said, that could take me literally 4 months. So this next show, I need to, like, really figure out online. But it sounds good. Like,
yeah, I think our production team has some ideas too. We'll talk about it with them tomorrow.
Yeah, oh, he does?
Yeah, to like flesh this out more. Yeah.
Yeah, because the idea, it's elimination factor, which is good. I do like the idea tips of, like, someone being, like, the one that is, like there's, like a interesting factor of, like, who that person is and they don't know.
Oh. What if we do this? What if someone is a saboteur and his goal is to make sure they don't get the questions right, so he'll try to get his question wrong sometimes, but the more money he gets subtracted from them, the more he gets at the end.
Too confusing.
You know what I'm saying? Is that too confusing?
Yeah. Too confusing. Too much. This show's already a little bit more complicated. The key, like I said, in almost anything is to make it the least complicated as possible. And it's too complicated. Like, this show's already an added-on layer, which is what we need to do in order to make the show. But the key is how many layers do we add, and then we want to add the least amount of layers possible. Yeah. And this show is pretty easy to understand. You want to get more answers correct, so that way you get more money. The less answers you get, the less money you guys get. You know, it's pretty easy to understand. At the end of the round, you eliminate one person. Schooled, what is it? You know, there's each grade has questions. You go up, like, But I do think we can work on this. It's like a rough draft. I just think we have to change a couple things, but I do think it is a very good show. It's also, by the way, Sideman's #1 game show. Like, they've done almost every game show, and this one has the most views.
You want to have a deliberation. So, like, do you want to add a deliberation round? So, like, after the round, they vote, right? But do you want to put, like, a 5-minute, you guys talk amongst yourselves and debate and deliberate and then vote?
Yeah, I definitely think we want to make it interesting. I mean, like, yeah, I do think that we want to make it interesting, and we should have them. I don't think they should talk, because I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Because the biggest issue I see with this show right now is runtime. I think it is going to be short. Like, really short, unless we have 2 sets of competitors, which is 16 people.
Yeah, that won't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to add our own spice into it. Well, we do have a 20-minute intro, so that's good, right?
People are saying it fits like an hour time slot. I mean, it'll be less than an hour because we're not running commercial breaks like linear television does. It'll be like 40-minute show, which obviously we don't want.
We already have a Deal or No Deal type show in the works. Deal or No Deal and Wheel of Fortune we already have. Because we've done Deal or No Deal on my stream a billion times, and it's always worked. And then Wheel of Fortune we already have. Family Feud is too much like Hive Mind, which Tempo Storm does. Otherwise, I think we would have already said that that's the next one. Now, we could do a show like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Because I think Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is one of the best shows ever. The problem with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and I love the multiple choice factor. There's easy ways for us to integrate Twitch chat, where it's like you can ask the crowd, which is just asking Twitch chat. I think that's very interesting. We could do Phone a Friend. The problem is it's only one person, which isn't integrating communities. Now, we could do something where we have 3 guests lined up and we do it 3 times, but I personally just feel like it's just too slow and it's not interesting. Now, if there was a way for us to do multiple streamers trying to win together, that could be interesting, but I just don't know how that would work. Look up Hot Seat. Oh, it's already a show? Where'd that hunter go? How would the chat work? I mean, that'd be easy, man. I mean, like, we have people who work behind the scenes who could figure that out pretty easily. Like, they can integrate it pretty well. I'm not worried about that. Bringing the spelling bee back. The problem is spelling bee would be boring after the first episode. It just would. I think. Unless you have, like, a really good twist on it. I just think that much spelling, and it would take fucking forever, man. If you have 6 contestants doing a spelling bee, it would literally take 4 hours. I think it's a good one-off. I think nothing more. Oh, there's Spaz.
How do you feel about an awards show?
Nim does one.
I know, but he does the streamer awards, right?
Right. An award show for what?
He's nuts. No, but I don't
Nim
know.
does that.
Content awards? I don't know. I like the idea of doing an awards show. I don't know. But I know other people do them.
Dark, I read your message. The problem is you're saying 8 contestants each round. You ask a question like the Newlyweds game. Who is most likely to? The problem is we're getting a bunch of random people who don't even know each other. They won't know the answer. You're assuming that everyone on Twitch knows each other and is friends. It's not happening.
What?
Yeah, his idea is bad. And not only that, popularity contest. Whoever's the most popular would win.
I thought all Twitch streamers were friends, man. Isn't that why you guys hang out on stream?
Yes. But some streamers don't stream that often. And I don't know what they're doing. Hollywood Squares. What is that again?
It's the one you open up for like 5 seconds, you're just like, no.
Elaborate.
That wasn't a
which
very
one?
popular game show, by the way. It didn't run for very long. I just don't think it's very good. I'm pretty sure.
I think Weakest Link is good. I do. It seems suspenseful, intense. People are getting rapid questions. It'd be funny if someone doesn't ever know the answer and gets fucked up. It'd be funny if that person just continues to move on. It just sounds like a good version, a better version of Schooled if we could do it right. Look up some Japanese game shows? No, I won't. Because the problem with Japanese game shows is that they are crazy. You don't want a crazy show. Because as I said, the more layers you have, the more the barrier to entry is not there, the harder it is for people to understand, the less viewers you're going to have.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, tell me if you want me to leave at all.
No. I won't tell you.
You want me to stay? Thank you.
Schooled is the most simple shit ever. That's why it gets 100K. I know. And that's why I think we don't really need to think or go too crazy with the next show. Because the reality is Schooled isn't anything crazy. It's not. I literally ask questions from K to 12. It's not even that crazy. It's not even that good. It really isn't. Like, it's good, but it's nothing crazy. You know? It's so simple. The question is, what can we do? Like, there's a lot of flaws in Schooled, and that show still gets 150,000 views. The question is, what can we do that is similar, that isn't that hard? And I think, honestly, the thing I've seen so far is the chain game or whatever it is.
The Weakest Link.
The Weakest
I do
Link.
think it's a great idea.
Yeah. Because it seems simplistic. It's not hard to understand. It's good. It does not seem difficult, and it also has that interesting factor of like, oh, like, can my streamer possibly win? Can he schmaz himself all the way to the end? Because the reality is, in a lot of these shows, wow, I actually just killed myself. the reality is for all these shows is, you know, especially Unschooled, I already know who's going to win. Like I said, it's very obvious to me, and I think everyone who's going to win on these shows.
Did you think Alinity was going to win week 1?
No. But it's for the most part pretty easy to understand. Now there also is that like factor of like, but that's the thing. It's going to be like, let's say if we have the similar people this week, we're going to think Destiny's going to win, but watching Destiny and everyone else try to maybe vote each other off or see what happens, it could be interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just like who will win, I don't know. And I think if we just tweak it a little bit and make it more modern day, I think it could be great. Like we can have 8 streamers on who all have to figure out who's going to be picked off. I would love to have that element that you say, Tips, which I agree with would be great. You know, that element of like, all right, you guys will have 3 minutes to decide who's going to be kicked off. You know?
Yeah.
But why don't we do that?
I mean, here's a reason why you wouldn't want to do it. People could gang up on people. It could become like Among Us, where just somebody's talking over everyone else. Like XQC just freaking completely dominating the conversation.
But that drama would make everything really interesting, right?
Yeah, I mean,
like I feel like the feeling of between rounds drama is what makes the show interesting. As a one-turn show, paper plate. Yeah, the thing is, like, I don't really want to care about one-times because I feel like, listen, this show has not only blown up OTK, it's also blown up, it's not only blown up OTK, it's blown up my channel like crazy. I don't need to worry about one-times anymore. What I need to worry about is what's my next show. Like, I do not need to put any effort into anything else besides my show because that's what's important. Like, one-times are great, but the reality is they're one time. If I can get this show going and a good show that we like, then, like, bada boom, bada bing.
once you have 3 to 4 shows, and you just do them seasonally,
right, it's over.
It's GG, and then you come up with one every year, or 2 years, or something. And
Right, exactly. That's the whole thing. Is we already have Wheel of Fortune. We're just going to do it, and we just got to figure out the production for it. But we're not doing it for a while because we don't have that yet, because we don't have the, you know, we want to do that shit in person and stuff, and possibly in LA and with a bunch of other stuff, like possibly like we have to figure all that out. Same with, you know, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. That kind of show, I think, is much better in person than than on screen. I just don't think it's that interesting on screen. You know, I have someone trying to, like, get excited at their desk. It's more exciting in person. When, you know, those 2 shows are musts in person. When we need to figure out one show that's not a must in person, and that's it. And then we have 4 shows. We literally have 4 shows. We have Schooled, whatever show we have next, and then we also have Wheel of Fortune, and then we have Deal or No Deal. That's 4 shows. I mean, that's already a shit ton.
Yep.
You're really becoming the game show guy? I mean, that's the plan, man. I mean, I think that can blow me up. It's more than it has. I think it brings people together. I've gotten so many streamers that have hit me up now. Like, this week, I didn't even ask anybody to join. Everyone hit me up. And it's just going to get that way. And I already have the connects with all the streamers who want to come on. You know what I mean? I have 8 weeks of streamers who want to come on. So we just use those same streamers again and get other streamers as well. You asked Destiny? No, I'm talking about this week. I didn't hit up Blood. Blood hit up me. I didn't hit up Moon. Moon hit up me. Ronaldo hit up me. Pokemon, I asked, but... Dream didn't show up. Germa, you guys harassed him. Yes, Moon's coming on this week. He hit me up. He's like, yo, I want to come on. All right. Like, this week is, like I said, the most stacked week we've ever had by far. I think we'll easily be at 200,000 viewers. If Dream doesn't come back, I'm just gonna get Nightmare. Even if Dream comes on, I might just get Nightmare anyway.
That'd be so good. It might be worth it, actually.
Dream versus Nightmare. Who wins? Who's smarter?
I actually think that's the play, honestly. I think you should bring him back.
I like how people didn't even know it was S-Fan. Some people actually thought it was Corpse. I'm like, what? Would Corpse say that my mom's ass is fat? Like, when would Corpse ever say anything like that? The dude hangs out with Valkyrie. Nightmare was calling my mom's tits nice in kindergarten. Yeah, it was very... If you knew S-Fan, it was very obvious from the first sentence that it was S-Fan.
Yeah, Shroud.
No, but Tips, I can't. I don't have any room. We're full.
Oh, shoot, really?
This week is literally... I already have 8 people.
So who's in the Hall of Fame so far? Let me double check. Destiny, Asmon, Alinity, Amaranth, Emaru. I think missing one more. 2 more. Hungry Box.
Yeah, Hungry Box and...
Andrea Botez? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I think the last week's gonna be pretty interesting. I think that's gonna do really well too. And then we have our next show. But yeah, I think we build out the weakest link. What do you guys think, chat? I think it's by far the best idea. It just makes sense. It's an upgraded version of this show already. And like I said, you don't want to go too far away from the path. Because the wheel's already doing well, right? You don't want to overdo it. And if we redo the wheel too much, people are going to be like, this just got weird. When if we progressively get into like changing, that's when things are good. You know what I mean? Like, our next show needs to be almost essentially an upgraded version of what Schooled was. And I think that this is, if the production it can handle it, this is definitely a upgraded version. Because it adds more elements, it just makes it interesting. Like, I personally think the 3 Fs and you're out is kind of boring and lackluster at times. Because you don't really, like, it's pretty obvious who's going to win at a lot of the shows. When this makes it way more interesting. I'm not saying Schooled's bad. Schooled's a fantastic show, but it does definitely, it definitely can drag on. Are you gonna do the weakest link the week after Schooled? No. I gotta pay attention to that. I'm gonna take a break, probably, of doing shows for like 3 weeks. To a month. To just prepare, make sure everything's good. And then I would go back into the shows. I don't think it's good to just go from one to another. I think you want to hype it up and, like, get it interesting. And we will just hype it up and get it interesting. No, I wouldn't do a month. What is it? The 21st? Probably, like, the 15th of July. We'll have a nice big first cast. We'll go from there. And hopefully we can have more prize money and do shit. Tips.
Yeah. We really need to get more sponsors, man.
That's you.
Ryan.
But yeah, I think I think that's good. I'm happy with that. And then we could just go make it, like, tweaked more for Twitch, more interesting for Twitch, and go from there. Because I do think it's just the best idea. If I could figure out another one, I think we would have already. I don't think we're going to figure out another one. Tips, you just tweeted that you're getting too many sponsors. Now you're saying we don't have any?
No, we have a ton of sponsor offers, but they're not the ones we're looking for, most of them. I lot of them are one-offs, like YouTube videos, dedicated YouTube videos. Some of them are, unfortunately, competing products. So like a lot of the G Fuel-esque type things hit us up all the time.
Did Pecky say that this show's possible?
Yeah, he just said it needs like a little bit more production value, but that's fine. I mean,
Yeah. I'm fine with that. But yeah, I think we just up it.
yeah.
Are you happy with the views School's getting? Are you out of your mind? Dude, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. We were happy when we were getting 70,000 viewers. We were like, that's really fucking good. Like, us hitting 150,000 viewers today with really no one that is like worthy of like 150,000 viewers. Right? Like, that's kind of nuts. Like, no one there was like bringing in viewers besides Dream, and all those viewers fucking left the second they realized Nightmare was here. But people stayed because of the content.
Exactly. That's the sign of a strong show where the streamer doesn't necessarily have to be there.
Right.
Or like the streamers. The IP on its own is very strong. And there's a lot of improvements we can do to School for next season too. Like,
Yeah,
right now
exactly. It's really not that crazy good of a show. Like, there's so many better improvements that we can do. But I actually think that's good. Because I think us having so many improvements, it makes it so, like, one of my big fears is next show, people are going to be like, oh, like, this was not as good as Schooled and shit, right? But the reality is, I don't think Schooled's good at all. I think it has so much work that it could have done that I really think that we're not going to have that problem because we learned so much from Schooled what to do next and how to change things. There's so many flaws with Schools that if we just make a show and we have time, I mean, it would be so much better. You really need a good show idea for Q4. I mean, like I said, by then hopefully we're doing the Wheel of Fortune thing, or we're doing Deal or No Deal. That's the plan. The plan is this show would carry us for Q3. Q4 would be probably something else like Wheel of Fortune.
Slapshot Steve says, are you going to sell out because your shows are actually huge? Dude, do you know who you're talking to? This guy does like freaking 80 sponsors a month. I don't think you can get any more sellout than that, honestly.
Am I gonna sell out? I think he means like go mainstream. Have I not been trying to do that since I was born? What kind of question is that? Am I not gonna try to grow? I don't get that. Because we'll get actors on. I mean, that's the plan, is like to keep just growing and having new people. And I think it's more interesting for you. Like, I truly do believe, and that's why I don't want to do shows in Austin. I don't think it's interesting to have Asmongold on every time. Or Nick. Like, yeah, they're close friends of mine and you guys love them, but it's not interesting. Because the reality is, you've seen them on my shows a billion times. It's not interesting at all to have them on. But if I have random new people on, you don't know who they are, you don't know what they know, it makes the show interesting. You know? Who knows? Maybe one of them's really smart and we have no idea. Maybe one of them's really dumb when you thought they were really smart. Maybe one of them gets kicked off first, you know? Like, Nick, you know his brain. Asmon, you know his brain. It's not nearly as interesting. The problem with, honestly, famous people, if they ever do come on, which I just, maybe one day, is that they always have shitty mics and shitty like, computers and shitty cameras, and then you have to help set them everything up, and it's fucking terrible. So, as long as Pecky's is going to deal with that and not me, that's fine. But they're all like that. Literally all of them. They all have $50 million in the bank, and they never have good setups. Jimmy Fallon had an entire production team, and his thing was shit. I just don't get it. We have one dude behind the scenes doing everything. Two, I guess you could say. But another thing that's good with these shows, honestly, is the streamers will want to come on again. Because a lot of the streamers go up in viewership. Like, I was watching Destiny today. He was going up in viewership despite being on the show. Because usually, like, when people go, like, to Raj Royale and shit, right? Like, they would go down in viewership, or people go down in viewership all the time. Because it's like that perspective. Why would they watch that when they could watch my stream? But these streamers were going up, which is good.
Yo. What up?
What, Mitch?
I was saying hi.
Hello, what do you want?
I mean, are you busy?
Yo.
Okay.
Then get the hell out of my room.
Alright, later.
Please. Get Jack Black? I would. Chad, he had his ball sack out. Like, what are you talking about? Mitch is an idiot with his dick. Like, actually stupid. Like, he'll take that shit out and, like, the maids will just, like, be showing up and he'll be, like, flinging his nuts in my face. He does not know when to stop. That dude always has his dick out. Bingo knows. Jack Black had his sack out. That'd be sick. Is his cock nice? Mitch is a big dick. So wait, Tips, what's the next step?
DM Peckies. We'll flesh this out more tomorrow. And we'll also talk to you more about it later this week. And I think this is the one. I do think it's the one. So we'll move forward with this. And then we got to sell against it. Try to whip something up within the next 4 weeks. I mean, we always have who that's going to sponsor, but trying to broaden the reach a little bit would be a good idea.
Yeah. It would be nice. Honestly, if we're confident in this show, I think we should have a trailer by the last show to make people excited. And maybe have a date that we think we're going to start doing it again.
Yeah.
Because if the last show is going to have 200,000 viewers, right?
Yeah.
We should have a
an announcement trailer.
An announcement trailer.
Yeah.
Like, just so people know what's up. Like, oh, because there are a lot of those people that watch me every Monday for my show, so it could be like, hey, the next show is X.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Did I get enough of these things? Chat, you know what I'm farming for, right? So, I'm getting Cenarian Expedition Rep. And I'm getting these plants. And then you get, I think, Honored. And then you just fucking put them all in. Does anyone even know what I'm doing? Does anyone have a clue what I'm playing? I don't get anything in this game. Red is bad, green is good. Red is bad. He's helping me even though he's on the bad side. Do you and XQC have some kind of beef? No. What? We don't have any beef. We just don't hang out. I don't play anything or do anything he does, ever. When have I? When I see him, I talk to him. But I don't hang out with him. I should collab with him. Pizza. Thanks. Yeah, Tips, let's flesh this out idea. I'm excited now. Good. See, this is why I like old streams. We somehow figure it out. How can we give you show ideas in the chat? You already did. Like Tip said, I just need one more good show. Because if each show is about 8 weeks, which is what we're expecting, if we have 4 shows, which we do, we have Deal or No Deal, Wheel of Fortune. If we do the chain, and then we also have school. That's 4 shows. That's 32 weeks. Like, we only really need 1 show after that more, but I don't really need to worry about that anytime soon. That's something to worry about next year. Like, at the end of this year, I'm going to have to be like, all right, what's our next show? And even then, I could probably just do school. Don't overdo the shows. Don't make it a phase. Okay, so that is contradictory as hell. You literally said don't overdo it, but you're telling me to don't make it a phase. Isn't Deal or No Deal and Wheel of Fortune only 1 player at a time? No, Wheel of Fortune is 3 players. Deal or No Deal is 1. But what I want to do with Deal or No Deal is this. I want to literally find, like, do exactly what Deal or No Deal is. Exactly. Like, we have a massive studio. There is an audience. There is me, the bald guy. And there is someone who comes up and tries to win money. And I think it is way more interesting to do Deal or No Deal with random people than it is to do with someone who's a streamer. Because I think it's not... Oh, I just got a nice mace. I think it's not interesting to do with a streamer, and I think we learned that from Lud. Because the reality is this. What is $10,000 to Ludwig? Literally nothing. If I bring in my friends, what is $10,000 to my friends? Nothing. It's not interesting. It's not suspenseful.
Whoa, take it easy, all right? Don't speak on behalf.
I said my friends.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, move on.
It's a lot of them. It's just not that much or interesting because they're already fucking millionaires. You know what I mean? So it's boring. So if we're able, like, if we're able to make a viewer come on instead, right? And we learn about them, and you guys start to like cheer for them. I think it's much more interesting than having a streamer come on. You know what I mean?
It's true. I agree.
Like, Pokimane winning $10,000, it would be like, people would be booing at the end. It's just not interesting. When Ludwig won $10,000, no one cared. No one cared. There was no suspense with it because what's fucking $10,000 to Ludwig? You know what I mean? Like, imagine we brought Train on and Train won $10,000. Like, he wouldn't even, he'd be on his phone. He wouldn't even care. He wouldn't flinch.
Like, you watch these game shows when it's just like your average Joe wins like $100,000 or something. He flips out, starts breakdancing, like...
Right, goes crazy. Like, we want to get a narrative going, like an emotional pull, like why we want this person. I start learning about them, asking questions about them. You know what I mean? Like, chat starts to, like, care about them and stuff like that. You know, that's what I want, rather than just a random, you know, maybe even small streamers or something like that. Yeah. But to get, like, a Twitch streamer that's big, it's just not interesting. Wheel of Fortune, though, you could do with streamers. 100%. And that's what I would want to do. Wheel of Fortune, I'd want streamers on. You know? Let's get a bunch of streamers and do that shit. Because that is more interesting. Silent Library style game where you think someone... Silent Library? No, it wouldn't work. It's too cringy. It just wouldn't work. I don't even know how it wouldn't make any sense. An international travel stream? Probably not for a while. I mean, these shows are kind of like running things, and it's kind of stupid for me to not run it with it, you know what I mean? If these shows are getting 100,000 views, like, I really should push it, because it's, like I said, it's not only grown me, it's grown OTK, and it's also OTK's thing. Like, the infancy of the org is the hardest part. The hardest part of anything is the beginning, right? It's easy once you're bigger. And this shit's been growing us so much that it'd be stupid for us. Ooh. It'd be stupid for us to not focus on this. I do want to do traveling streams, but we gotta wait till like intermissions of these things. Could someone else host it? I just don't think like it'll have that much oomph. Unless it's like someone my size or bigger, right? Like, I just don't think you guys would it'd be as interesting. Like, if I can get Pokemon the host one week, you bet your ass I'll do that. You know what I mean? You peaked at 156K. I know. OTK American Idol. See, like, that's big time production. But the thing is, like, how do we even do that? You know what I mean?
It's had a pretty bad past couple of years too. I think the ratings are dropping. The Got Talent, I think, just does better. And yeah.
We stick to what we're good at.
Exactly. Like, a lot of those shows like have massive overhead, a lot of logistical
Yeah,
coordination.
it's so many problems, like mics, cameras, all that. It's so much when, you know, online shows, like, I literally walk downstairs and we just fucking start the show. Like, my camera's on, check. It's easy stuff. Like, we don't want to do that. The more complicated, the more things go wrong. But simplicity is good. What about Wipeout eventually? It just doesn't sound worth it, man. Like, maybe. I mean, I'm never going to say no to something, but... Well, that's not true. If Tofa said it, I'd say no, but... Probably not happening. Schlatt as Simon Cowell would be great, but... I agree with Tips. It just doesn't seem like it makes sense.
Like, those shows, they're run by multi-billion-dollar studios that can allocate, you know, $30 million.
And they also have to travel to, like, each state, and they go, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
When are we gonna have the time to do that? Like, when are we all? 'Cause you gotta remember, we're all streamers. When are we all gonna want to take the time to walk away and do that stuff? It's not happening.
We would have to, like, literally, OTK would have to become that show. That is all we can focus on. That's what
We'd have to try. Yeah, we'd have to travel. We'd have to stop streaming. No, it's not even realistic. Do more activities for the people in Austin. I mean, we do a lot, man. I mean, Nick has an idea that he wants to do, and it's definitely gonna bring people together. But I don't really think. I think we do enough. And, I mean, also, Corona just fucking ended, so it's not like we had the opportunity to do anything. Like I said, we just need one more good show similar to Schooled.
People are quoting ended, but dude, like, the cases have dropped massively. Like, today there was only like 10,000 new cases or something, which is pretty crazy.
Well, when I said ended, you know what I meant. Is reduced. And also, we would still have to fucking find out, like, people who are double vaxxed and shit. Like, Michaela, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, oh, I'm not vaxxed. Like, you're okay, well, you're not coming over. It's just that simple.
Only 10K, over 350 million people. I think that's considering it peaked at like over 300K, then yeah, it's a much better spot now with over half the country vaxxed.
Wait, was it 10K today?
Yeah, it's very little.
10K have it, or 10K got confirmed that they have it?
10K cases today. That, like, relatively speaking, that is the lowest number since March of last year. So yeah, it's definitely dying down.
Check out Golden Ball. We've kind of checked it all out. I mean, we'll check it out more. Like I said, we have time. You know what I mean? I kind of want to just rush this because I really want to get this going, but we do have time. I have about a month to really figure it out, but if I can figure it out sooner, then I can start promoting it, you know? I can start promoting it to not only my stream, everyone else's streams can start promoting it, and it will be good. You know, it's also good tips about the weakest link and how fast the questions are. No one can cheat.
Very true. That helps.
Can't cheat. It's impossible.
The funny thing is, though, cheating was like the best thing to ever happen to the show, dude. It really was.
I do agree, but and I think that's where we need a little bit of spice into it. Like, what can we make it? It was the best thing that ever happened to the show. It's not a question. The drama involves what made it literally made the show. But we can't rely on drama every week to carry out the show, unless it's drama that's like almost like not artificial, or that is artificial. You know, like what show can we make that it is kind of drama within the show, and I think the weakest link has that drama. You know what I mean? It is people voting each other out. It is people getting mad at each other, going like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" How last minute was the nightmare thing? S-Fan messaged me, said, "Do you need someone?" I said, "Yes." He joined. I said, "S-Fan, I want you to be the opposite of Dream. I want you to be Nightmare." And S-Fan knew what to do from there. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna be really mad and angry, and I'm gonna." So I said, "All right, take Dream's thing, and instead of a smiley face, put a sad face." I think he just made the color blue.
You guys don't realize when S-Fan is on, he's the greatest actor on Twitch. He's such a good actor. The guy was
Oh,
born
he inverted it?
to act.
Yeah, S-Fan was great. The Roblox thing, you like that?
Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah, the Roblox.
I thought it was great. And it's just crazy how Dreams fans even got mad at that. Like, they're such pussies.
Honestly, if Dream comes on next week, I think you should bring S-Fan back on. If you have a spot.
I don't think we have a spot. I literally do not think we have a spot.
Oh, that would be so good, dude.
I know. It would be.
Because here's what you don't want from Dream. He shows up, and because he's behind cam, it's just in talk the whole time. That's what he did on Scuff Podcast, I remember.
I mean, I'll bring it out on him. I'm sure he'll be fine. Plus, there's a lot of familiar, like, he's friends with Lud. I'm sure he knows Pokimane, so I think he's gonna talk. When honestly, I think if he came on this week, I don't think he would have said a word. Because this week was so different, and apparently him and Josh had a problem. I even know about that.
I don't even know who Josh is. To this day, I don't know who he is.
He's a speedrunner.
Oh, nice, nice. And I don't mean that in any disrespect, obviously. I'm like the biggest too, but yeah.
You really are, Tips.
No.
And I'm almost level 61. I'm glad you take care of the people inviting people personally. I mean, if I didn't, they wouldn't join. Because if Tips, as you said, is a who, I'm not trying to be a dick, but they wouldn't answer. Why would they? I wouldn't answer if someone like Tips showed up, but if someone like Ludwig came up to me and was like, "Hey, you want to come on my show?" I'm going to answer. Rather than like, "Hey, this is like Ludwig's org. Do you want to come on my show?" I wouldn't answer. I probably wouldn't answer. You have to be personal. How's the community shirt thing going? Terrible. They're all horrible.
Yeah, they were pretty bad.
They're literally all terrible, and I don't know what to do, because, like, it's not even just my community. Like, no one else's community is trying. They're just putting, like words on a shirt, and they're like, "Let's sell this." And I literally told Tips, I'm like, honestly, like, they're doing so bad. Like, should we even fucking do this competition? Because they're garbage.
I do think we haven't advertised it the best, which is part of the reason. We did give an extension today, though, so it's going to be on June 15th instead. Some designs were good, or not, like, definitely not all of the designs were bad, but it did feel like an extension may help people a little bit. Real designers won't do it for that little, so that's not true, actually.
It's
like,
not true at all, man.
$1,500 for a t-shirt design is like we made sure it was decent enough. There's a lot of designers that would do it for that much, and we're doing $1,500 for each subreddit, so we're giving out like close to $10,000 when you add the extra $1,000 for the grand winner, and they get massive publicity. Like, it is a decent deal.
This one is sick.
That's not bad. Kinda.
But like, do people want massive things like this on a T-shirt? I guess for like a Schlatt fan. But like, I just don't know if people want that anymore.
Ask him, what would you guys prefer? Would you prefer like a really designed like image that's like really unique, or something more subtle and like low weight? Like, what do you guys prefer on your T-shirts?
They're literally all saying subtle.
Yeah, there it is.
Because the reality is, they don't want it to be some massive thing. They want people who recognize it to be like, yo, and that's it. Dang, I had 61. Like, the minimalistic stuff works because they don't want everyone to know that they're fucking Mizkif frogs. They want someone to be like, oh, there's a small yo on you. Oh, that's it. Yo. This one's pretty good. It's just too big. I do like it, though. I think that frog is cool. Like, if we had that frog on, like, the top right. Like, I even think the crown in the middle, honestly, isn't bad. Like, that is not bad.
Yeah, it's sick.
Like, it's just, it's easy, it's simplistic. A crown in the fucking middle. Boom. Done. Or on the left or whatever. It's just easy.
At this point, you should just pay real designers. The thing about it, like, one of the reasons why we did this is to discover good designers that are from the community that get us. Like, yeah, sure, we could go to Behance and find some merch designer and pay him money for it, but, like, it might come off as, like, super sterile, and he just might not get it, you know? You just don't know. Plus, we all suck dick at merch. Like, look at OTK. Like, Miz has the fashion sense of, like, a fucking tarantula. Like, so do all of us. Like, none of us have any fashion sense. None of us are really into it. Like, the person that's most, like, into that stuff is probably Rich, but he's kind of got, like, a very New York kind of boutique fashion sense. So, like, it's hard to find somebody in the org that gets it. Schlatt, finally, now that he's on board, he's going to be handling most of it. But for this competition and like the past couple of drops, we were just like kind of winging it.
Yeah, we're all dumb. Look at what? I don't like the one true king in the back of this. I just think it's too much.
What do you guys think of 100 Thieves merch? Out of curiosity. I wonder how much like our communities like resonate with that.
I mean, they're gonna say they hate it because they don't like 100 Thieves because they don't like those kind of creators, but I think the reality is it is good merch because it does sell. Like, numbers don't lie. And yeah, they have a different community than us, but I would much rather wear 100 Thieves merch out because it's just more simplistic and cool. Like, I am not where I don't want to, like, if I was a person, which I'm not, I'd want to wear, like, you know, merch that looks
Can you pull it up by any chance? You're busy. Just type 100 Thieves merch in Google Images.
Like, it's just simplistic. Like, that's something that someone would wear out in public. So is this. So is this. Like, just easy going, easy merch. Now, the brand 100 Thieves is much more normified than us, right? Like, people see you wear 100 Thieves merch out in public, you're probably not going to get a wedgie, you know?
Yeah, what do you guys think of our logo? Be real, be honest.
Wait, really? You guys like it? I think the problem with our logo is it is too masculine. Like, we already are named One True King, and I get that it's a crown, but I feel like it's a little bit too masculine, and it doesn't really go to like any other audience. Like, we're already masculine as hell. We have 5, 6 board members that are all boys. We have a crown and, you know, one true king. It's just a lot. And I think it's kind of corny. I think it's just like, there's really nothing interesting about it. Not saying that 100 Thieves logo is that interesting. It literally is just as 100 Thieves, but I just feel like it's like, I feel like we made a guild is how I feel it is. It's like we picked that, we named ourselves One True King. We're a guild. When like we need to be more seen as like an org.
Will that make it like lose the appeal though, you know?
I don't
That's
think
what I'm
so.
worried about. I definitely think, you know, rebranding at some point might be a good idea.
I think we need to.
You know, a redesign of the current logo. ESM stepped away from Team Solo Med, that's true. No, we definitely wouldn't change our name, for sure. We'd never rename. That's too important.
No, we're not changing the name of OTK, Chad. It's not that. OTK is too close to OTV. I don't think anyone cares. Well, we're not going down TSM route. We never will. Because, I mean, unless we get hundreds of millions of dollars in funding, and then we could do it. But we can't do it. Do you know how much, like, TSM's fucking bills are every month for each content creator? It's disgusting. It's tens of millions of dollars. We don't have that.
Look, if we got a $210 million deal, we'll change our name to SMD. I don't give a fuck. To BBC, whatever. Like, for 210 mil. But we're not there yet.
Yeah, chat. What's your long-term plan? To do really good shows and then do stuff with the org. But like I said in like a couple, like 30, 40 minutes ago, the most important and difficult part of these kind of things is the beginning. And that's why having these shows is so important, because like they're doing so well, you know, they're growing our brand so much. Every time, you know, Young Jeff tweets on our Twitter about the show, we get the content creators go like it. Their viewers go comment on it. We get their viewers to go like our stuff now. You know, it really drives all the audiences to the Twitter, to the Instagram, to TikTok, to YouTube. You know, it's grown all those massively. It's really important. And the beginning's the hardest part. So that's why I want to keep this ball going with these shows, because it's something that I think we never perceived possible, which is averaging 100,000 viewers on a fucking show. That's not even that good. Like I said, it's not even like this is like everyone's like, oh my god, that content was insane. That was the best thing ever. They're good. It's nothing crazy. So, you know, just one more. How many of these have I farmed? 66? I think I literally just farmed these non-stop.
Someone just said Cash App has the best merch. I haven't even seen their merch before. Dude.
It's Summon 100 Thieves. OTK YouTube's popping off? Yeah. And you know what the biggest thing is? We use Tubbo for a thumbnail.
Yep.
I think that video's at like let's see. $250,000 views, and look, OTK schooled are all of our top videos. Schooled,
and
literally,
clipped.
and clipped. Literally everything is the shows. Everything. Oh, this one's clipped. Schooled. Introducing 1-2 King. Schooled. Clipped.
You know, we give clipped a bad rap, but I don't think it was that bad. I think the community liked it. I think that last episode kind of sucked, but it was a decent show and it was fun to watch.
I hated doing it, to be honest with you. I mean, I just thought it was fucking terrible to do. It felt like a cash grab. It was a cash grab.
It definitely was.
But we needed the money. Listen, Tips. We hit 30,000 viewers on that show. We're hitting 150,000 now, for a solid reason.
That's true.
You know, and that's with everybody in person. It just didn't have it. I mean, it just wasn't a good show.
Good listening, y'all talk on the couch, though. Yeah.
I mean, we want to bring that back. I mean, we do. We do it all the time anyway. This one is super good. I'm probably gonna hate it. I'm very picky though. Yeah, I know. Never mind. You're right. This one's good. Are those like our 4 testicles? Like, what is that shit, man? That's good. Yeah. I'm not clicking your links, chat. God, this is such a great way to level. I need so much rep. Like, so much. Would you consider an OTK podcast? I mean, we're doing it. That's already in the works.
Leaked! Leaked!
Haven't we already said that?
I think so, yeah. I think Asm talked about it day one.
Yeah. One True Take. That's a good name for it.
Yeah,
Show
Esfan
pizza.
brought that up on stream today, but it turned out that someone already had it or something.
Oh, really? Just
Yeah.
take it from them. Fuck it. If we have more viewers, it's fine.
Nobody has it? I swear he said somebody had it.
Yeah, but everyone has a podcast like name, like, you know what I mean? It's impossible. I could say macaroni brownie, you know, chicken wing, and it's gonna have someone's gonna have that as a podcast with like 2 views on Spotify.
True.
So there's no point. Just, if someone has it, unless they're like, I don't know, unless they're posting all the time, I would just rip it. Do you see any future from the Pokey Dokie and Mizzy Wizzy? What the fuck does that even mean? I mean, me and Pokey's podcast that we do once every 2 weeks, yeah. We do it once every 2 weeks. I go on her stream, I carry her stream, she doesn't host me. It's a very obvious cycle. But S-Fan's podcast is supposed to be once a week. And we're supposed to do it soon. And I want to do it soon. And Espen's house is almost done. We should just start doing it when his house is done. So, but he's got to get that room ready. And that could be a lot. And Espen takes forever for everything. He said 6 months for his house to be done? What?
He told me September yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't think 6 months, chat. It's supposed to be done, like, soon. When's your pool gonna be done? Probably in 6 months. Attack. Oh, fuck. Why do they always attack you, Bingo? Okay, what do I need to do? Mana.
Yeah, you and Pokey have a lot of good chemistry. I'm seeing that in the chat right now.
You mean that
You guys
one
have a
guy?
lot of really good. Huh? That one guy? Yeah. Listen, man. I'm not used to having 50k streamers, alright? So when I see one comment, it's a big deal.
Yeah, how many of these plants do I have? 73. Are you gonna be renting a place in LA for your shows? I mean, probably. That's the plan. Like I said, if this next show goes well, which I'm assuming it will, and we have, I mean, I would be there for 2 months at least, if not more. But that's, like I said, probably in 5 months, because we still have 2 weeks of this show. I'm probably gonna take 10 days, like 2 weeks from with no show, and then it's 8 weeks. So probably like 3 to 5 months, I would say, if not more. No, probably 3 to 5 months. Why for that long? Because my show's 8 weeks. If my show's 8 weeks, that only makes sense, right? Each show's 8 weeks. I don't think any show should be more than 8 weeks. I think it's just too much. You could fly once a week. It's really not that hard. Tofa, you are literally trying to make me say that, yes, it is hard and it's annoying. So you start people question marking and saying blah, blah. Like, I'm just banning you at this point. You are just baiting so hard. I know what you do. I know exactly how you do things.
Wait, who's this guy?
He's literally a huge Maya frog. He baits so hard. He said you literally could just fly once a week to LA. Does he know how hard and annoying that is to fly to LA once a week for a show? Does he understand how ridiculously impossible and how that's not going to happen? It makes no sense. If he's baiting, why take it? He's not baiting. He's being serious. We can go with the idea of, how about this, chat? I don't want to fly every week. That just doesn't sound fun.
It's a long flight, too. It's like 3.5 hours from Austin to LA.
It's 3.5 hours. You have to sit there for an hour. You have to get there. It takes 40 minutes. It's like a 7 to 8 hour time frame of everything you have to do. It's not just a 3-hour flight. If you ever flown, you know it's more than that. It's an entire day of doing shit. What about Maya, though? Imagine asking me about my relationship, you fucking loser.
Who's Maya? I was trying to be funny. I'm sorry. I was trying to be funny.
What about my girlfriend? Like, why is it your job to ask, what about my girlfriend?
About Moxie? Yeah, what about Moxie, Miz?
I know. Trust me, I know.
You know I love that kid to death. I think he's great.
Moxie's the best. I don't even know why he won't come here now. It's been so long. He's been done with school.
Redding is my favorite no-cam streamer.
Fuck. You get your cart yet? It's been a day. It's been a literal day. You excited for E3? When is it? Isn't it tomorrow? This weekend? No? I'm just not excited about video games. What's the point? It's just not exciting. Oh, this guy's doing the same thing I'm doing, but he's level 70.
Oh, that's Justin.
You know who he is?
Yeah. Just insane. He's in my guild. Or
Wicked?
He was in Classic. He's really cool, by the way.
I didn't ask. Wait, are you in a guild called Wicked?
Yeah.
Sick. He's in your guild.
Wicked.
There's a lot of good stuff expected to come. Dude, listen, I'm playing a 17-year-old game for a reason, okay? I'm not excited about new games. I'm just not.
OTK is the best game, honestly. It's fun.
Is it?
No, I hate every minute of it. When are we gonna sell the company?
As soon as you answer those DMs about sponsors, maybe one's trying to buy it. Maybe there's a secret order prince.
You want to advertise cardboard wallets for a 5% commission? Because we got plenty of those. Dude, we get the dumbest sponsors sometimes, I swear.
It's just kids being entrepreneurs. Let them be.
Yeah, we got a lot of Twitch frogs, dude. They're like, yo, I just started streaming. I've got 2 viewers. Can I join OTK?
Oh, I get those all the time.
I love telling them no and to burn in hell.
And that's why we pay you.
Great.
Oh god, I'm full a lot. I'm gonna die right here.
I'm just kidding, guys. But to be real.
Wait, this boom kid's going after me. No!
Oh shit.
What the hell, man? We're boomkin buddies. How dare you? That is not a real boomkin. You do not go after fellow boomkins like that.
Furry on furry crime, man. It keeps weighing us down.
Furry on furry. Is when your game done? I don't know. A while.
I say what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, if you are DMing somebody else when you're at 2 viewers, to be on their team or to get any aid whatsoever, you've already failed. You need to build yourself up, you need to pay your dues, just like pretty much everybody else. There's very few people on Twitch that got carried within the first like week of streaming. You really have to pay your dues. And that's just the reality of the world. If you have no value to present, then you can't expect value in return.
Yeah, but like, what's the harm in them even just asking? I think it's like they know it's a shot in the dark. They know it's a lottery, but like, why not ask? I think that's why they do it. What harm does it have that you ignore?
It's definitely not harmful, but I think if you even have the mindset that there's even a 1% chance, I think you should build yourself up, focus on yourself, and then you can shoot your shot. But don't come into it like asking from day one. Just no soda popping. Exactly. That's what I've been preaching for years. I mean, why are you DMing me of all people? Like, I'm not gonna help you. I'm not gonna host you. I'm not gonna do anything.
Because soda pop is too hard to get.
It's true. So I got to be the little stepping stone on the way.
Of course, that's what I would do. That's exactly what I would do. I would message you, someone who's the guy who answers DMs. Why would I message anyone else?
Come to think of it, half my DMs are people asking me to connect them with like you or SFan or Asman or.
NNP, I see you, Miz. That doesn't make any sense. Let One Tap join? Dude, One Tap was being fucking annoying today.
What do you think of like a phase 5 thing or whatever the hell they call it? When they like pick some random dude from the community to join phase? Would we ever do that in OTK?
We did, it's called Rich.
No, but like think about it, like a 3-month, it's not like a competition, but like a 3-month period where we're reviewing like video applications on stream and like monitoring people's success, and maybe we make like a big event out of it and then just like pick the finalist. What do you think?
Maybe, but I think we're such like in the infancy of OTK that we only really want to have big hitters for a little bit.
That's true.
Uh-oh, Bingham might die.
He's faked it, is that real?
Bingo lives. Okay, as long as they don't go after Bingo. Okay, they did not. Oh god, they're gonna go after Bingo. Dude, this guy's going after me again and failed miserably. He literally sucks. He put out his trees and ran away. Oh, there he is. Nice, dude. You're level 66. Buy out Mit's contract with TSM GTX? Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good.
I thought the same thing when I read that.
I'd rather eat that day. Also, XUC said that he's past his prime, so I'm probably gonna listen to that guy. No, we don't want to buy out anybody, chat. We don't want to do any of that. We don't have any money. Did you just hear Tips is actually messaging back people about their wallets, okay? We don't have money.
Don't remind me. OTK Babsity?
Oh my god. She is a 3 candy now.
Own up.
I should probably go soon. Because I should go to the gym. I got what I wanted, which was what the next show idea should be. I know what it's gonna be. Chat, how do people get such fast reputation for this shit? Is it because they run dungeons? Yeah. Dungeon spam until you have until honor. Oh. Problem with that, I can't do dungeons. I'm too low level. Does OTK have like a little real millionaire investors? Hello?
I see what he's saying though.
No, we got nothing, man. We got nothing.
So
I'm sure one day we will. I mean, the way we're going, I'm sure we will. But right now, we got nothing.
In general, you don't want to bring on venture capital and sell a portion of your company until you absolutely need to. And because all of our immediate content plans are relatively low budget, we don't need to bring on more capital. And despite, you know, us memeing about the money thing, we've got a decent amount of cash considering we're a 7-month-old org. So that's probably not a bridge we'll cross till, you know, a little bit down the line.
Ow! Get off of me! God, they always attack Bingo, and I feel so bad. 7 months already? I know. We should do another Q&A stream, meeting like we did when we started. I know. I say we do that after a year. It wouldn't make sense to do it now, because if we get that set up, it's gonna be like 8 months. We might as well just wait for a year. No, Pizza, I'm not doing any quests yet. Do you like TBC? Listen, man, the Burning Crusade was the best time of my life, hands down. I never had an addiction for something like I did in the Burning Crusade, ever. And I don't think I ever will. Like, it was that good. But the thing is, if I can get even 10%, if I can get 10% of the feeling I had in the Burning Crusade with this, then it's worth it. You're addicted now? No, I am not, man. If I was addicted, I wouldn't be streaming. Like, I literally...
Addicted to streaming, huh?
No, if I was addicted, I wouldn't be streaming. OTK 4th of July? Oh, we're not doing anything, right? Should we?
We're doing 5th of July.
What's 5th of July?
Do you want me to say, or?
Sure. What is it?
It's your 3-year streaming anniversary, dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm dumb. Fuck this guy. Kill him. There, that'll stop him. He's dead.
If you bring fireworks, I'm a brown man in Texas. If I bring fireworks, they're sending me to Guantanamo Bay, bro.
Like, what am I even supposed to say to that?
Good one, Omega Lol.
Is Tips Hispanic? What? Oh, fuck. This guy's got a mount. I'm fucked. What do you think the frequency of shareholder meetings? We already know. It's once a quarter. We just did it 3 weeks ago. We're not going to do one till probably August. Nor do we want to. God, I want to play WoW once a week. Fuck. I mean, I guess I can on Mondays. Right?
After school?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to do. I mean, that's what I used to do when I was a kid. After school, I'd play WoW. Makes sense.
You read that from your chat, dude. Oh, you do that all the time, by the way. You read a joke from your chat, then you say it.
Well, no. So what I do is I get content and then I twist it. So that joke, I slightly twist it. I didn't put a pog at the end of it, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Listen, I will never say I'm a self-made man, okay?
Who made you? If you had to point to one person.
Come on! Are you fucking serious? He literally waited for me. Who made me the most out of anybody? I mean, probably realistically E-Rob. Like, by far, I would say probably E-Rob. I mean, he did. What did Ice leave me with? Fucking 40 viewers in a dream? E-Rob literally hosted me every day, watched my video, which is the thing that literally started me. He watched the Who is Tyler 1 video, which got its thing, and the Tyler 1 video is how I started. So it literally is E-Rob actually made me. E-Rob then hosted me every day. He hung out with me every day. And E-Rob was a 1,000 viewer streamer. I had like 50 viewers.
When's the last time you hosted E-Rob?
Last week. Nice try, fucker. They tried to pin me. They literally hosted him last week.
That's good. No, guys, Miz is actually really, he pays his debts big time. And he helps out people that help him out a lot. You guys don't always see it, but he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
True, I've never hosted SD Peach. I like how she called me out today for that. I thought that was funny. I didn't even say it, and she already wrote down that I made her, or that she made me. And it's true. I did try to get viewers with her face for months at a time.
No wonder it didn't work. You used her face.
What the hell, Tips?
Wait, that's not what I meant. That came out so wrong, dude.
That's like you literally are the dad of an org, man. Like
dude,
I'm actually tempted to delete the VOD for that. Like, why?
That's dude. That totally was not what I meant.
You idiots.
I'm sorry. It's late.
You need a girl on the org? We know, dude, okay? Now we just look like a bunch of sexist pigs with a crown and we're named One True King.
Whoa, no, that's definitely not what I meant, dude.
And now he's wondering, like, why are we only getting wallet sponsors? From some dude with a 1 foot beard in his basement. I don't know who we would get, chat. I don't know. We don't know. We think about it all the time. We do think our next pick is a girl. We just don't know who. Oh, fuck. My bad, Bingo. And then you're going to say a bunch of names, and we're going to be like, we've thought about it.
There's a lot of great, talented.
No, chat. Maya will never join. Ever. That's weird.
Who's Maya?
It's just weird. Why? That's weird, man. What if we break up? Like, that's weird.
Problem is, guys, all the most talented women on Twitch immediately get snatched up into
Yeah,
the org.
true.
So it's like we've definitely thought about a lot of people, but
Because women are just like sponsor heaven. Like that's what they want. They don't want fucking fat 30-year-old men. They want women. Women drive sales. Men are just fat.
True.
Adept's in an org. You can name every girl. They're all in orgs. The only one that's not is Daff. But like we've said, the problem is we want people that are like in Austin. Because like our thing is to do content with people in Austin. You know what I mean? So it's either they are willing to relocate for literally OTK, and obviously other shit, right? Like they can relocate and do things with friends and other things, but you gotta relocate, which is a lot. Like, you guys said Sweet Anita. Like, listen, if she was in Austin, I'd be messaging her right now. Okay? But it just, she's on the other side of the world. It just makes no sense. Isn't XQC moving? Yeah, that has anything to do with what we're talking about. You dumb fuck.
I'm gonna just say this for the record. One of the first people I ever wanted to sign was Clint, but you know, honestly, Clint is just too inconsistent. Yeah. Plus, he doesn't live in Austin, and he probably would never. But I personally love Clint. I watch his streams all the time. He has no idea who I am, though.
90% of LG's streaming time is XQC. I know. If LG didn't, and LG has the highest watch time out of any org, literally because of him.
Schlatt isn't inconsistent. Well, yeah, Schlatt could fart and get 4 million views on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah, didn't he literally get 3 million views on a YouTube video talking about how he washes his ass with a bidet? Like,
Schlatt does YouTube chat, and Schlatt is also very popular on Twitter and YouTube. Like, so he's a massive asset.
And he's here, and he collabs, and he's cool, and we like.
And he's sick.
Yeah.
And he's awesome. And he has cool pants. And he's tall. He's got a big dick. Dude, this rep is impossible to grind. What am I at? I think I'm still neutral. But that's also because I'm doing this shit, which takes fucking forever. I think I'm supposed to save all of these, aren't I, chat? Dungeons are better, but I don't have anyone to do them with. I cannot do dungeons yet. I just can't. But this is faster than leveling with quests, so it makes sense for me to do this. You can buy them off Auction House for super cheap. Oh, really? Fuck. Well, it doesn't matter. It's it's easy leveling because I mean I'm just pulling and they're killing. And I mean it's just also I don't really want to pay attention to actually do something. Puffy, she is coming to Austin. But like I said, we also just don't know the vibes of people. Like, what if we just fucking hate Puffy? What if we fucking hate Minx? You know? We didn't sign Schlatt for a while because we didn't know if Schlatt and us were going to get along.
Yeah, it took a long time. Like, the conversation for Schlatt started when we started OTK, right, Miz? Like, it started, like,
yeah,
really
it was pretty early.
And we started talking to him about it, like, 5 or 6 months ago. I don't know. When did you hit him up first about it?
Like right after I joined the org, because he kept saying you'll give me equity as a joke on Twitter.
So it took damn near 8 months for that, like for us to be sure and feel confident with it and make sure the vibes were right and made sure that the goals were aligned and all that stuff.
Oh god, this is a lot. Are you guys talking to people behind the scenes now? I mean, if I was, man, I'm not letting you know.
Perfect answer.
Because that's why they're behind the scenes, you know? Kill that. Kill that. Kill that. I should go to the gym. I'm being lazy.
What are you hitting today?
The gym.
Nice. Work out hard. You've been working out, dude. I saw you today. Was it today? Yeah, you're looking good, dude. You're looking good.
Dude, Tips, you pussied out so hard in front of everyone.
Honestly, I swear to God it wasn't that. It really wasn't. I told you, my wife had an appointment. She got back late.
I know, but you forgot to mention the merch.
Oh, that I totally just slipped my mind. I'll do it next time.
Yeah, next time, you gotta go all out, and while eating a giant cake of me. Because next time, I'm telling you, this next episode will have 200k viewers. You gotta be, like, ready to go.
Selling out, left, right, and center. Dude,
Sure.
you know I love that, dude. You know that's all me.
Well, then, literally write a script and have it all ready to go. Have slides prepared. You literally have the opportunity to do a presentation in front of 1/10 or 10% of Twitch. Do it.
Yeah.
You know, make it good. Make it valuable. Also, farm Twitch Primes for me.
Okay.
Ad revenue with 200k. I actually don't run ads on my stream. I don't. I only tell Wajito to run ads in the beginning of the show, so that way we don't get people who get what are those pre-rolls? But then I don't run them during the show because I think it ruins it. And my logic is this: if I'm hitting 200,000 viewers, like, am I really going to waste possible retention with a fucking ad that's gonna make me like $500 when I'm hitting 200,000 fucking viewers? I think Vegeta runs them in the beginning and the end, and that's all he should do.
How much would one ad on 200k get you? Depends on the CPM, depends on the time of the year, depends on the ad contract you have with Twitch. It's impossible to answer that straight up.
Your YouTube's almost at 400k. Hurry up. What's it at? Oh shit. Wasn't it just at... Wasn't it just a fucking... penis? I thought it was at 380K. Cool. You're barely eating tonight, Rosie. Barely. No dessert. Yo.
Yo, stop procrastinating. You gotta go work out.
I know, yeah, you're right. I'm about to die right here, so it's fine. Nick copied your intro. Nick literally could do whatever he wants! Fuck. Nick literally could do whatever he wants. If he copies everything I do, I don't care. Because one, he's in the morning, which means we don't have the same viewership, or like we don't overlap. So if he does what I do, that means those viewers like what he's doing, which means if they like what I'm doing, they're gonna go watch me. So, and the more Nick grows, I'm never saying that again. The more, what's it called? The more Nick grows, the more, OTK grows, which is already a plus. But since me and Nick are friends, we both grow together. Pizza, I don't need more. I'm done. After this pool.
Addicted.
The only other problem is if Nick and Malane ever break up, I really think we're so fucked it's ridiculous. Because who are we going to have that's gonna shit on us nonstop in the morning? You know what I mean? We need our egos taken down a notch, and Malena just knows how to do that. Still won't sign Malena? Fuck that bitch. You telling Stable to shut the fuck up? Who's Stable? Oh, him? I mean, I just know him as Ronaldo. What's gonna happen when Nick moves to Norway? We sell the org. But I mean, that's not happening for 4 to 5 years. And in 4 to 5 years, I mean, everything is just gonna be different. So, it's not like we have to really worry about that. I cannot imagine what happens in 4 to 5 years. If we're already doing this in 6 months, I mean, I literally don't know what we'll do in 4 years. I do think game shows. I do. But you gotta realize something, and Tips told me today, my viewership I had today, and the amount of people that came into my stream, and within the 3-hour time span, is as much as cable television shows. Like, we're already there. It's kind of weird, but I mean, we don't realize how big that number is. 150,000 people. You know what I mean? You're making cable show money? God, no. But that's why people watch Twitch over cable show, is because we don't have the ad, density that they have, where every 7 minutes there's a 3-minute ad break. We're not doing that. And if we did do that, no one would watch. You have the option for it to be free. We're never going to make the money that cable television made. We just won't. But we're not trying to. Because the reality is, for a lot of our shows, the production is a lot less money. And with the amount of that as technology has grown, and the amount of people that have known, the amount of stuff that people know nowadays, we don't need a production, of 50 people doing things that are pretty much unnecessary for the show. We just need, 10 solid people that are willing to work around the show instead of 50. Does that make sense?
Like the original set of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, just the set. I'm not talking about the production, the crew, the ops, the electricity, the contestants, the game show prizing. Just the original set to build cost $200,000. When we did the event for Chipotle a couple weeks ago, it cost us like $100. Like that shows you the difference. Like we don't need to make $10 million an episode because our overhead's really low. But obviously we think we could be making more, because a big reason why we're not making as much is the industry hasn't caught up just yet. Streaming is a big thing, and you hear about it even on mainstream media nowadays. But a lot of the dollars in streaming are still going to esports, and that's not really what we do. So we're actually kind of trailblazing, we're kind of pioneers in a sense, where we are doing this original, OTT style content on Twitch that a lot of orgs just don't do yet. So having to explain streaming to sponsors and then explain what we do is very difficult, because the only thing they really connect with streaming is esports, and that's not what we do.
This
So
is
that's kind of the
150,000 people.
That's crazy.
It's actually 157,000, so if you can give me a better picture, I'd appreciate it.
Shut the hell up, dude. You know what's even crazier?
Taxes.
Oh yeah. This is 1 million people. Just how many people watch today.
Oh god. Fuck. What the hell? Redirect. Yeah, it's how many people went through the stream. How do they know this is 1 million, though?
They counted. Somebody was just counting one by one.
Someone took too much Adderall one day and just did it. Tickets sold. Tips, why don't we just do a show where, or a thing where we do, we do a thing where we try to sell the most tickets sold at one time, and we make the tickets $5 each, and we try to get 1 million people. Make $5 million that day. And literally there's nothing there besides just 1 million people.
Try. OTK couldn't even get 5K VWay? Fuck you, Swaglord. That's probably true, though. I wouldn't pay. Fuck it. Barely watch Miz when he's for free.
Am I dying? I'm dying. Someone's killing me. Come on, man. Alright, well, it's 2 people now. It's Justin!
Oh, it's my boy. Here, I'll log in and DM him.
It's fine, I'm done.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I am going, I'm going. I know. I'm over.
Alright, I'm gonna head out. Have a good time. Work out hard.
Work hard, eat right, I know.
Later.
Bye.
if you want me, whenever you have time tomorrow, forget it. I was gonna link up with the Peckies. You wanna link up with Peckies with me tomorrow? We can talk more about the idea.
After my stream, yeah. But because I do think we should do that. I do think it's the next show idea for sure. I think out of all of them, it's by far the best, and I think we just go with it and try to make it better.
For sure. All right. Have a good workout. Have a good night. Bye, chat.
Bye. God, there's so much garbage. But yeah, we'll make the idea better. Like I said, I think that there is a little bit of zest we can make into it. It's just a matter of doing it. But I do think it is there. It's just a matter of, like, small, minor changes. Because that show did really well. And, I mean, I remember as a kid it did really well. So. Pizza. With the $50. What show? Chainsmokers. What is it called? Weakest Link. SpongeBob. Come on, get my rep up. Would your stream be more chill like this or ADHD? ADHD. You gotta realize something. Like, I definitely have, I don't know if it's autism or whatever, but there's times where I like to be more analytical and think, and then there's times where I just like to be an absolute moron. And usually I like to be it's like 90, what Casey Tron said is so right. I am very smart for 10 to 20%, not very smart, but I'm very, like, I think really hard for 20% of the day, so that way the rest of the day I can be a moron. Fuck! I don't want any of this shit. Well, I got to, what is this, friendly? You still take Adderall? No. I want to be a tank druid, because tanks are the only reason, like, I want to be valuable. I don't, boomkins are so worthless. Like, they're so bad in BC. It's actually crazy. Like, I literally am out of mana in, like, 5 minutes. It's just not worth it. And I do half the damage that everyone else does, if not less. Bear tanks are phenomenal, so I want to be a bear tank. Boomkin, yeah. I mean, I just... Feral, I never liked Feral. I just like being a bear tank. Bear tank's fun. I was a bear tank in BC for a while, and I did it on my... When I did, servers, like, other servers, so I'll be a bear tank. But if I'm gonna be a bear tank and I want to get this bad boy because it's dirty, this thing is dirty. If you get this and you're kitted out in tier 4 because tier 4 is godlike bear shit, you're good to go, man. You are good to go. My chat died the second I mentioned one thing about World of Warcraft. Are you serious? Like, literally, I got nothing out of that. I was so happy. What the fuck? Shut up, pizza. All right. I'm out. What? Bye. Shut up. Bye. So we're going with the weakest link. I really just want to make sure my next show is nasty. I'm kind of scared. Because like I said, I really don't want people to go like, oh, wow, Schooled was such a better show. When in reality, I don't even think Schooled's that good. XCC's at Soda's house? Yeah, I know. I already knew these things. Alright, bye guys.